and welcome to the Lost Book Reports. Today I am doing Top 10 Tuesday, which basically is hosted by, it's hosted by the Broken and Bookish, which is a book blog. If you don't know them, they're pretty freaking amazing. And every Tuesday they do a Top 10 Tuesday with a certain theme. And this theme is book blogger confessions, your bookish confessions. And this is pretty, they've already done one about 2 years ago, so my stuff hasn't changed. But, you know, I'm excited because this is kind of fun. You get to really know who a person is through these things. And it's really funny the things people get upset about. So, my first, number one, I'm very, very particular about my bookcase, but I'm never satisfied with how my bookcase and shelves are set up. In other words, I love them, I think they're pretty, and I never want to change them, but I always want to change them. Does it make sense? Is that crazy? Like, I want them to be classified by genres, and then I want to make them rainbowy and colorful, and then separate the classics, and it gets crazy. But I've found out pretty much, for me, it's just safe to go with alphabetical order by last names of authors. It's just always safe to go that way. So that is the route I take. That is how my bookshelves are always separated. And then I have my to be read section, books I've read-ish, I can't explain that one, and my nonfiction section, which is over there, can't see it. Number two, I hate lending books to people. Like, you have to be approved. Like, I have to know that you are a like, you hold books to the same level as me, and that's pretty much nobody I know, or nobody that I would ask me to borrow a book, basically. I'm sure there's other book bloggers out there that I know that would feel this way. But basically, I can't, because this is what happens. You ask me for this book, you're excited to read this book, you don't want to go to the library, or you don't have a library card because you're not a huge reader, and you don't want to buy it. And I have it, so you want it. That's great. I love to give it to you. Every time I give it to somebody, though, here is what happens. It comes back with a bent page, with a stain, with a tear, and then oh, oops, sorry. It's not a big deal, though. It's just a book. No, it is not just a book, okay, people? It's not funny. Just treat it with respect. It drives me insane. So, with that being said, I see a spider. I don't like that I see the spider. Anyways, with that being said, I don't lend books. I just don't. Something always goes wrong. I always have at least one book with me. No matter where I'm going, I bring a book just in case I can get even a few pages in. Even half a page in, I bring a book, because you just never know. It's great to keep you occupied, and this is what helps me get through books faster. Also, I always bring more books than I need to on vacation. Like, this is piggybacking off that. Like, if I'm going on a 3-day vacation, I bring at least 5 books with me. Yep, because I don't know how fast I'm going to be reading. Usually I bring one book that I'm already halfway done with, one book that I'm a few pages in, or 2 or 3 books that I'm a few pages in, and then one book I haven't started yet. And my iPad Kindle app one. Yep. You just never know. I overpack my clothes and I overpack for books. That's how it goes, people. It's smart if you really think about it. I'm just saying. I'm a library patron. Because if I hate this rule, I've said it before a million times, but basically if I have a book out and I have not finished this book yet, I'm halfway through, haven't started, but I'm going to be reading it soon, and I go to renew it, and it says I can't renew this book because it is already put on hold by somebody else, I will just keep the book and I will not pay the late charges. I will just endure the late charges until I have to pay them. I have it now. I don't have to share. Sorry. I've also, once in a blue moon, did have a $200 late fee to a library. I did pay it after it went to collections. but $200. I don't know how it happened, you guys. I was like 16. I don't understand fangirls. I don't get it. But when I say fangirling, there's like 3 levels of fangirls. There is, and I kind of teeter between the first and the second level, which is there's the fangirls who, they appreciate a good book, they love authors, they get really into it, but they're more internal about it, you know? You inside you're freaking out, but on the outside you appear cool. When nobody's looking, you may do a dance or a jig when you get a new book, or you hear great book news. And then there's number 2, which is like the fangirl who has to have everything and has to go to everything of whatever fandom they love, or all fandoms that they love, and they go a little overboard. Still, they keep it pretty toned down, you know? They might dress up to the Harry Potter premiere or whatever, but they're still pretty toned down. Then there's the 3rd level of fangirl. And this fangirl I can't understand, and they're the fangirl that just ruins it for everybody. They're the fangirl who takes it so over the top, so over the board. They're the reason there are rules about like how many books you can bring, or you know, they're the people who grab all the books possible. They're the person who just screams all the time. I will purposely not go to opening day movies of popular young adult books because there's always going to be somebody in there who has to react and scream and fangirl so hard. 6, as a book blogger, I will admit, and every book blogger, I don't care who this is, if you're a book blogger, YouTuber, booktuber, whatever, I don't care. Your stats matter. Yeah. Even though you say your stats don't matter, even though, I mean, and they might not matter to you, but I guarantee you check them at least once a week. You just do. You want to know how well you're doing, how well your blog post is doing, who's commented, where they're coming from, how they found you. You look. You do it. They matter. I do 7. I am not a fan of Kindle, Nooks. I basically refuse to buy any digital books. I can't do it. I am a through and through book person. I want books and I believe in the power of books, and so I refuse to buy them. That does not mean I do have an iPad with a Kindle app and I do read books on there, but every book that I have on there has either been given to me through NetGalley, through like an author sending me a digital copy, or buying the free ones on Amazon. Otherwise I don't. I can't do it. Sorry. What other things I need to confess? I cannot bend pages. Can't do it. Basically I can't do any damage to my books. Like can't. Like I can't highlight pages, can't write in them, can't bend them. Besides like the spines getting a little crease from reading, I can't. Oh, I despise, this is number 10, so I think I'm good. I despise, not despise, but I can't, it drives me crazy if books in a series don't match. And I will give you 2 examples of what drives me crazy. The first example being, like right here, I don't know how well you can see, but I have Hilary Duff series right here, Elixir. And Elixir, I could take this out, that's fine. This is how Elixir looks. It is beautiful. I love it. It is pretty. And then for some reason, they decided to change it up. These 2 match. But this one doesn't match, and this is the first in the series. So I don't get it. And I also don't know what I'm going to do when Isla Happily Ever After comes out, because they do not match. The new covers don't match the old covers, and I have the old covers. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It drives me crazy. I don't like it. I wish they were all you know, perfect in unison. Also, you probably can't see it, over here I have my Twilight series, and the first 2 books in the series are paperback and the second 2 are hardcovers, and that was the only way I could buy them for whatever reason, I can't remember why, and so it drives me crazy, but at least it's even. Target, if I go to Barnes & Noble, if I go to any place that has books and they are not organized, like if I see that there are like If I see, for instance, I'll just, like, if Divergent is here, like there's one Divergent here, one Divergent there, but the Divergent label is somewhere else, I will make sure to start putting everything in the right place. I'll organize them and move them and make sure everything is where they're supposed to be. I do it at Barnes & Noble too. It is, I can't not do it. I feel they need to go in their place and just be seen and bought that way. Don't know why. It's like, I get very, like I said, I get very weird and OCD about books. I can't describe why I'm like this, because if you know me in real life, I'm really not an OCD person. I'm a very messy person, but that kind of stuff, when it comes to books, no tolerance policy. Does that make sense? All right, well, goodbye, fellow readers. I'll see you next Tuesday for the Top 10 Tuesday, which I think I'm doing next week's one. And I'll just see you for my next reviews and shit. Bye! Or, you know, they might make a, oh, hummingbird. That was cute. It was just fluttering right in the big, okay. You guys can't see it, so I don't know why I'm telling you.